A police officer who's accused of insurance killings is expected to apply for bail at the Polokwane Magistrate's Court today. Sergeant Rachel Kutumela is accused of murdering 6 people in order to cash in on those insurance payouts. She was arrested last week while on duty at Senwabarwana police station. It's believed she got more than 10 million rand for the crimes, which date back to 2019. Watching developments for us is our reporter Pimani Baloyi, who joins us now live from just outside court ahead of today's session. And Pimani, we've heard of 2 more arrests in connection with this alleged crime.
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to our viewers. Indeed, police last night released a statement that they had made 2 additional arrests. They even in their statement related, they gave details of the relationship between Sergeant Kutumela and the 2 accused. We do know that they are related to her. We'll be able to give further details about how they relate to her shortly after they have been fully charged before this court due to media law and things like that. But we do know that they are related to her, and we'll be giving further details. But Ayanda, just to go back, today the expectation was that Sergeant Kutumela would be applying for bail, and the state did state last week when the matter was postponed to today that they would be opposing that bail application. So it's not yet clear how the recent arrest will affect today's proceedings, whether that bail application will go ahead and we'll see the 2 new suspects also applying for bail, or if it will be postponed to a later date for all 3 of them to be to apply for that bail together. We do know that the state last week said it needed time to ascertain Sergeant Kutumela's profile, where she stays, where she lives, and if released on bail, where she'll be. The state would be able to find her as and when they need her. So we don't know if they'll also ask for that time for these 2 additional arrested suspects, or if they'll just allow Sergeant Kutumela to go ahead and apply for bail today while waiting for the others for due processes. So it's something that we'll find out at around 10 when the lawyers and everybody are ready for this matter to be heard. We have seen a very packed court gallery. Ayanda, we've had to step out because currently the court is postponing other matters as they prepare to hear this matter at around 10. But it's a fully packed court gallery. From the outside of this court precinct, we've seen long queues of people queuing to access this court building, most of them saying they want to be present to hear as Sergeant Kutumela applies for that bail, because you do know, Ayanda, this is where we get additional information about who she is, where she has worked, and other information, and whether she'll be pleading guilty or not to charges before her. But yet last week we did manage to speak to her legal representatives who mentioned that she had no intention to plead guilty, as she knows nothing about these charges against her. So we'll be finding out when we head back to court what will be unfolding today and if that bail application will go ahead as planned, Ayanda.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you next, Pimani. I mean, you also last week had an opportunity to engage with people who we understand are related to Sergeant Kutumela, who explained to you that, in fact, they're quite taken aback by what's taken place, given the kind of financial support she provided to some of their own relatives when they were being buried.
Yeah. Yes, Ayanda, that's some of the information that we've been getting as we moved around those villages in and around Muleji and Senwabarwana to find out the kind of character that she is. This is somebody that was seen as a breadwinner to many of her relatives, but also it appears from what people say there's a lot of criminal activity surrounding her persona and other people around her. But this is information that still needs to be tested before the court to see if it is true. But yes, indeed, Ayanda, she was seen as somebody who provided for many in and around her family. This is why we are told a lot of community members that she allegedly killed and that she allegedly took out insurance policies with their identity documents trusted her because she was a caregiver. And we've been told that with the 6 accused, with the 6 deceased, all of them, she provided financial assistance during their funerals, and also she even got tombstones for some of them. So it looks like she was a caregiver, a provider for many people in her community, which speaks to why she was trusted by many and how they never saw this coming, Ayanda.
Right, we'll see what else we're able to ascertain during that sitting today. Pimani Baloyi, live to us there from just outside the Polokwane Magistrates Court in Limpopo. For now, thanks very much indeed.